Hi, loved ones. Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Winter Raguel. I am pleased to know that you're watching and you're viewing me. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you have subscribed, I am so grateful, so grateful for your support. I do not take it for granted. Thank you so much for all of you who are even viewing my video at this time. I appreciate so much. So I'm finally back from Mombasa, and I'm here in the house. Of course, the sunburn did that thing to my skin. Like, I have a lot of skin breakage, but with time, I know it shall come over it with time. So, I'll figure out something to do about it. Then today I am, as the title of the video says, I am planning to unlock my dreads because I am already tired. Nishachoka tu nazo, like nishachoka tu. Okay, my initial plan was to stay with them for like a year, but I have not been able to stay with them for a year because I am bored. I'm really bored and I can't keep keeping them if I don't want to. So I have stayed with them from June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. So actually that is around 7 months, which is okay for me. So when I installed them, I installed them with around 5,000 Kenyan shillings. So I think it has served me. It has served me well, because if I was to, maybe if I was going to my normal salon routine, I will be spending, like, let's say, normally I spent like 1,500. Yeah, like normally 1,500. I honestly speaking, I don't go beyond 1,500, to be honest. Yes, to be honest, because in most cases I do buy material and I braid myself, or the only things that I cannot do for my on my own, I cannot do Ghanaian lines. Like, if it's Ghanaian lines, I'm always forced to go to the salon. But on the other occasions, like when it maybe something like braids, rasta, I don't know if you understand rasta, but I know my people, you understand rasta. Yes, braids, like normal braids, I can do for myself. If it is let's say we're talking about twist, I can do Brazilian twist. So let me go direct to the video, because I want to start cooking already before I sleep. I'm just from work, and I didn't have a pre-cooked food, so I want to finish the video so that I can start cooking, because I want to sleep early. So the first step, you actually dehydrate, you actually hydrate the hair. You make sure that the hair is well moisturized. For this, you can use either of your hair moisturizers, whichever the one that you have, depending with your own preference. So for me today, I didn't have any hair moisturizer left, so that's why I'm going to use water instead. So I'm just going to head direct the video. I'm going to use, like, I'm just using water to hydrate my hair before we begin with the other steps. So what I do first, for me, I'm cutting them, like, I know where my hair approximately. So disclaimer, don't do this if you're not. So since I already told you I'm using water instead of any moisturizer, so I cut my hair depending on the length of my hair. So my hair cannot exceed this length. But I know I've always asked whoever who normally does my hair retouch, so I know the approximate place where my hair reaches. So then I go ahead to moisturizing the hair very well. After moisturizing it very well, making sure that it is well soaked, with water, or making sure that it is well moisturized, depending on the whichever thing you'll be using to moisturize. You can now start using your comb or whichever thing, be it toothpick or anything you prefer using, to start removing it slowly. Yeah. So whenever you are undoing, anytime you are undoing your hair, especially if you are undoing these artificial locks on your own, make sure that you use your object should be sharp, like sharper than this one, because mine is not very sharp. So when it's sharp, it's able to like hook up the places that are entangled. It's able to hook it up without breaking the hair. So the aim and the goal here is not to break your hair at whichever cost. Make sure that you don't break your hair. Be as careful as you can. Take your time, cause huku chini inakonga imefungililiwa, like it's always tied. There's a way they lock it with hair. That's why it's called an artificial lock. There's a way it's locked. It's normally locked like with hair. That's why you urge to be more careful when doing it. Disclaimer: this is not my hair. These are they are called, is the material used to make those locks. That's not my hair. That's not my hair. Disclaimer. Hi guys, this is a continuation of the video that I started earlier. I wasn't able to complete it because my phone went off. So I'm at the balcony and I'm here to complete the video. So I already cut off my artificial locks. So, and I told you I'm going in with water as a moisturizer. So exactly this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to apply water. I'm going to apply enough water to make sure that it is moisturized. Then I'm going to go in with my fork here. So you can use anything. Maybe you can use a sharp maybe object, or you can use a sharp, like maybe a comb that is sharp. But for me, I feel like this fork is working out for me. And of course, after using it here, I can't use it again for cooking because I've destroyed it already. So don't even overthink. So this is how I'm going to go in. You see how it's just coming out like a normal braid. I'm not even straining. As long as you make sure that you moisturize it so properly that you won't feel like it won't disturb you when you are trying. It won't disturb you when you are trying to remove it. purpose of using a sharp thing, so that we can detangle the sections that have detangled themselves. And the disclaimer here, this is not my hair, this is the fluffy kinking that has been used to make the artificial lock, the material now, because we've not even reached my hair. So this is how we are going in. So you just go in with your fork, and just slowly make sure that no hair has been, like, the goal here is to make sure that your hair does not break. Make sure you don't break your hair, so be gentle with it and make sure that it is moisturized. This is not my hair, guys. This is the fluffy kinky used, so this is not my hair. Go in, especially at the end of the hair. Make sure that you are soaking, because this is where they normally like entangle your natural hair with the fluffy kinky. Is it fluffy kinky? I've been saying fluffy kinky, but I'm not quite sure if this material is called fluffy kinky, but I think so, the one that is used to make the artificial dreadlocks. So at this point we've reached my hair point. So here they tied it, don't know how they normally put it, they tied it. So I'm also going to go in with my fork very gently to make sure that I do not break my hair. Yes, so there. You see? And there I have my hair. And that is the process I've been using to entangle all this, to undo all these other all this the other. And so guys, I'll repeat the same process with the rest of my vlog, the rest of my log story. That is exactly what I'll do. And so guys, I'll repeat the process with the rest of my locks. And just some do's and don'ts if you have artificial locks. Make sure that wherever place you're going, in the salon that you're going to do your retouch, make sure that they don't make it a habit of using wax, because I've come to realize that I'm told by the specialist, and I've also come to realize that there's a way, if you wax so much, especially if you have long hair, they might eventually like get so much entangled. So when you'll be removing them, they'll be like breaking out. And there's a certain oil that they normally apply, like they use it to like wax it, or before they use the actual wax. There are people who use the oil first, then for the artificial hair, for the artificial lock, sorry, before they use the normal wax. Some other saloonists, they prefer using the normal wax instead. So mimi, in most cases, they used to use the normal wax. At times they used to put the oil first before using the normal wax. But when you have this artificial lock, make sure that you moisturize your hair always, because if you don't do that, they might end up maybe even being so dry. Yes. And when the hair is dry, as we know, it will just break off. So for my case, when I kept my artificial like locks 7 months ago, I didn't have like, nilikuwa nimenyoa, I was from shaving, so I just started like putting the artificial hair. The artificial locks is a way of growing my hair, and for real I can attest that the growth is not that bad, considering the fact that I didn't have hair. So this is something, and I have applied water on it, so it has shrinked already. So I think the growth is just okay by me, because I didn't expect it will be like that. So it's not so bad. It's not so bad. So, and another thing that when you decide to cut the locks, make sure maybe that you won't use them again. But if you're planning to use your locks in the near future, I would prefer for you to go to a specialist, for the specialist to undo your hair. Of course, you'll be charged here in my place they normally charge like 2,000 or 2,500 to undo your locks. And when you're putting your locks, you use a lot of money, so you wouldn't wish to use extra more money to undo them. So because I'm so conversant with things to do with hair, so also I prefer doing it by myself. So for me, I just used water and this fork to remove my locks, and I'm going to repeat the process for the rest of my hair. So kindly subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed. Thank you so very much for viewing. Comment down below, like and share this video to your friends. Yes. So I'll say one or two advantage of these artificial locks. They have so many advantages. Number one, you don't use money every month for salon. Number two, it is a protective hairstyle. Number three, it is easy to be around, especially if you are not a kind of salon person, like after every 2 weeks or every 1 month you'd want to go to the salon. If you are not, then this is the best hairstyle for you. Another reason I would recommend artificial hair locks is for breastfeeding mothers, when you don't have that time maybe to keep on going to the salon because your child is small, and another thing, your baby is small, or another thing, here in Kenya per se, I will not say in other countries, in Kenya there's always that belief that when you're breastfeeding, when you touch your hair with the breast milk, it naturally it cuts off the hair, like the hairline. So because of that, I will advise you, especially when you're pregnant, to put the artificial hair lock, so that by the time you're giving birth, you not have the thing of maybe combing your hair, having to keep undo your hair when it is like worn out, or when it is like imeharibika at when the salon every now and then. No, if you can do artificial locks, better for you. They go with different prices. We have the longer it is, the more expensive it is.